E. Stephen Collins hosts a radio show for WRNB in Philly. And G. Gordon Liddy is a conservative radio talk show host and a pal of mine. So here we go. What is your argument, Gordon?
My argument is this whole thing could be settled in a minute if the president would simply produce a valid birth certificate. So far as I know, he has not. All he's produced has been a, quote, certificate of live birth. You can't get a passport with that. You can't even register your son for Little League with that. That's the problem. I
understand that he presented what's called the short version of the birth certificate, which is what you need to get a passport, and that's adequate to get one. That's what people expect you to turn over when you go to the State Department. The document he has is what you're supposed to show. This thing, right there. This is what you show the State Department if you want to get a passport. This is what he's got.
Let me see it, if you would. It's interesting that it's redacted.
Yes, it's redacted. Do you want to see? We have a copy of the certificate number. It was redacted by the state officials because they don't want that in circulation. But they made that decision to redact those numbers. We have a copy. We'll show you in a minute of the. There it is. Well, we have it. That's the redacted part. We have we'll be able to show you now an exhibit showing a photographed copy of the certificate number. We'll be showing you. This is all available, Gordon. Here it is. So we have the number. What do you think now?
Well, I would like to check it out. The preponderance of the evidence is as follows. You've got a deposition, which is a sworn statement from the step-grandmother, who says, I was present and saw him born in Mombasa, Kenya. You've got the certificate of live birth that they have here. It's not a birth certificate. It says right on it, certificate of live birth.
How do you explain the announcement in the Honolulu Advertiser back in '61 when he was born that he was born? How do you explain that?
Well,
to the parents he was born to.
I would want my child born in the United States, or at least I would want people to think he was born in the United States so he could have all the advantages of being a United States.
But it listed their address in Honolulu.
Yeah, and also you've got a statement that it was the Kamalope Hospital, and then you get the statement that it was the Queen's Hospital. They can't even get.
So if he wasn't born here, and he's never gone through a naturalization process, right, that you know of?
Not that I know of.
Therefore, he's here illegally.
That would follow.
And you're saying he's an undocumented alien.
Illegal alien.
He's an illegal alien. So the president, so he should be picked up.
Well,
no, I'm serious. I mean, let's go all the way. And by the way, who do you think's in on this, Gordon? Do you think his wife's in on this? Do you think his mother's in on this? Who is in on? How many people are in on this conspiracy to make him look like he was born here? I figure his mother must be involved. His grandparents must be involved. How many people are part of this cover-up?
Well, his mother is dead.
No, how many people were part of this presentation to us that he was born here?
I don't know.
Well, you'd have to be. The mother would have to say it. She saw him run for president. She saw him. How about the colleges he went to? He went to Occidental College where Jack Kemp went. Do you think they knew he was here illegally? Columbia University, Harvard Law?
We would like to see the records of those places. Apparently they've been available to you, but they're not available.
Well, we've got the state health director who says he was born here. They've got the certificate. The Republican governor of the state says he was born in Hawaii. Why would Linda Lingle, the Republican governor, lie? Why would everybody lie going back to 1961?
Well,
and nobody gave away the story.
I don't know that.
Do you think Axelrod's a liar?
Who?
His chief spokesman. Do you think David Axelrod's a liar?
I don't have. Why would I think Axelrod's a liar?
Because they're all saying they've got documentation, and he has presented documentation that he was born here in the United States.
Well, if he would,
is the governor of Hawaii a liar?
If he would put out the birth certificate.
They've done it. Here it is.
No, that's a certificate of live birth.
Well, we have got. That is the rule in that state. They don't hand out copies of the birth certificate. They've got pictures of it. We'll show you over and over again here pictures of the actual original birth. Here they are. The birth certificate. What do you think? That was fabricated?
I can't really see it, but I would like to. I would like to see it.
Okay, we'll bring those in. We could bring in copies of the original. We have copies of the original photographed. But we've gone to a real effort here, Gordon, to establish that he was born in Hawaii. And I just think, and Stephen, I want to bring in Stephen because it seems to me the challenge Gordon has, because you've said he was born in the Kenyan slums. That means he's an illegal alien. That means he's not only illegally president, he's illegal in the United States, and he ought to be picked up.
Unless he's been
he's never been naturalized. There's no evidence. He's never claimed to have gone through a process. So, by your account, he's illegally in the country. And his mother's involved in this, and everybody's ever dealt with him. His wife, do you think she knows, Michelle, that he was not born here?
Well, I can't look into the shell.
No, but all these people say he was. Is she part of the cover-up, or was she lied to by him?
I have no idea.
But you claim he was born in the Kenyan slums. You say that as a fact.
No, a hospital in Mombasa. I didn't say Kenyan slum.
What's the difference? Chris.
I mean, we're in which hospital in Mombasa? I mean, I've been over there so many times. Where is this? All this happened? You have a whole history of this fellow in Kenya. Do we have any evidence that ever happened?
Whatever happened?
That he was born in Kenya.
Yeah, I've got the deposition of the step-grandmother who said she witnessed it.
Okay. Your witness. Your witness. Stephen, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I am flabbergasted because this is so ridiculous. It really is. I've met Barack Obama before he was president, and many people across this nation and around the world know him to be an honest person. This is so ridiculous, Chris. I mean, this goes to, is he a Muslim, and all of that ridiculousness started by the same person. Is he not a true American? The little flag issue. Come on. This is just another desperate move, I think, by the Republican Party to try to pull down this great man. And I just don't understand why there is such a consistent pattern here. You have all that information up there. If you got it, then Gordon can get it, and everybody else in America can get it. Why do that? We have serious issues right now. We have a huge economy, millions of people out of work. People are concerned about health care and want to see something done, and we're sitting here tonight wasting time talking about, is he an American? Come on. That's just, you know what, final point I want to make here is, if Barack Obama was an Irish American or a Polish American or a German American, there would be no discussion anywhere in this country about his citizenship. This is because many people in this nation cannot still accept the fact that a brilliant African American is the commander-in-chief, and they're looking for ways to reduce the greatness of his, not just his intellect, but his honesty and his purity as a person who is serving this nation.
Well, we've got several military officers who have refused to recognize him as the commander-in-chief, and there are cases working their way, I guess, through the courts on that. But I think what will happen is that when he registers to run in 2012 for the second term, then you will have the opportunity to prove that he is an American citizen if you can.
Why do we have to even begin, Mr. Liddy, to even justify that statement? Why? The president, I spoke to the White House today. They were crystal clear in indicating everything Chris just went through, all of the details. They've done it. I'm paying attention to what he's actually doing, which is focusing in on issues that matter to America. Healthcare matters.
What you're doing is making a speech.
I'm not making a speech. I'm responding. I'm not. I'm saying that this is a point of fact. What other president had to go through this? Did anybody
raise this discussion? The Secretary of State, look,
the question of fact is not, whether he's focusing on this problem or that problem. The question of fact is, was he or was he not born in the United States?
But State Health Director, let me just get to the facts. That's the problem.
I know for the viewer. I want to give the viewers some guidance here. The State Health Director of Hawaii in Honolulu has put out the statement that the records are available in the files there. The governor of the state has said the records are there and they've all seen them. There are all kinds of evidence that they don't allow those original documents to go out. They've put out this document. They've redacted the certificate number on it. They've done what you normally do to get a passport. There was a birth announcement at the time. I don't see how you can believe that the mother of this president, the white mother, if you will, back at 48 years ago, connived to put out an announcement in Hawaii that her husband was born, or boy was born there, so that someday, 48 years later, he could become president of the United States. What other reason would she have to confect this dishonesty?
The other reason that she would have would be that it is a wonderful thing to be a citizen of this country rather than a citizen of Kenya. And you don't have to. I mean, everyone wants their child to be able to.
Okay, according to the government of Hawaii, he was born on 7/24, August 4th, 1961, in Honolulu. He had an African father, a Caucasian mother. The names are familiar to us all.
Which hospital?
It just says state of Hawaii.
Just like
they've given out two different hospitals.
It says exactly the same thing.
Okay, well, if this is proven at any point in the next several weeks to your satisfaction, what will you do about it?
Well, broadcast it.
And you'll say you were wrong.
Sure, I'll say I was wrong if I was wrong.
Okay, thank you. That's all I want. Thank you, G. Gordon Liddy and E. Stephen Collins.